It's showtime because I say it is. I don't know. Man. I just got started with the show and I'm already ready to go back to bed. How was the weekend and stuff for you guys, man? It was tiring for me. Oh man, I need a vacation from vacation. You ever do that? Like you go and you like take time off of work or something, or something that you do pretty often in my case, and you know, you go and you. I guess it wasn't even really like a real vacation. It was sort of like a well, I can't do this because I have to be doing this instead. And so that's what I was doing. And yeah, man, it was tiring. Slim has more holidays in the... No, not really. It just, again, you know, it's either, you know, you have to... I mean, think of it this way. Dan, especially you, Dan, you're a family man. You know how it is. If it came down to it, if it came down to doing a stream or hanging out with your kids, no one's going to blame you if you hang out with your kids. Right? I don't have kids. You all know that. But like I said, I have nephews and nieces, which are probably going to be the closest thing to children that I will ever have. So, yeah. And plus I had to make fun of my niece. Because I don't know who's teaching her how to do her makeup. It's not her mother. Because she doesn't live with her mother. She lives with her dad. And unless her dad is an expert on makeup, which I don't think he is. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a thing or a fad. I guess maybe you guys can point this out to me. But I'm seeing a lot of girls, and this is a young girl I'm talking about. My niece, she's like 13, maybe 14 years old. Forgive me, I don't remember. Again, she's not my kid, so I don't have to remember her birthday. I just had her mother remind me. Anyway, she's like 13, 14 years old. And she's got that, she's got like these really, like when she does her eyebrows, you know how women, you know, they do the makeup and stuff. She puts it on really thick. I mean, like it's so thick. Like if you took your thumb and like put your tongue to your thumb and then tried to wipe it off, like a big sludge of makeup would just come off with it. And it's just, it's like, I kind of want to make fun of her, but at the same time, I don't want to, you know, discourage her in any way. Because, I mean, like I said, she's young. But I just don't want it to get to the situation where she's been doing it for a couple of years and then people start making fun of her and, you know, just, it's terrible, man. But, yeah, I got a picture. I'm not going to show you guys, though. But to God, she looks just, I don't know. Anyway, man, so a lot of stuff has happened in the world of Duel Links. Lots of Duel Links stuff. Yeah, first things first. The KC Cup is obviously over. I know a lot of y'all were updating and stuff like that in the Discord channel, which is great. I've just been kind of popping in and out of the Discord since I'm busy. Let me see. Have another female talk to her. Yeah, that would normally be her mother tracks, but the sad thing is her mother does the same thing. Her mother, have you ever heard of Ulta? Not Ultra, Ulta. U-L-T-A. Anyways, Ulta, if you don't know, is like this really sort of high-end makeup shop. And they're franchises. They're all over the place. But that's where my sister works at one of those. She's like the manager of the store. And so, of course, you know, being the manager of the store, you know, you want to wear the product. You know, you want to try to make it look good. And yeah, her mother does that a lot too. Like she really just cakes on the makeup, and I'm like, don't do that. And so I guess maybe that's where she's getting the okay, so to speak. She sees her mother doing it, and so she does it. Anyway, back to Duel Links. Let's see. Dark Tracks. I ended up with 16,308 DP points in the KC Cup. I don't know if that's good. Is that good? I don't know. Aggregate rankings. Okay, well, I guess they're still computing the rankings, so we can't check. But yeah, I gotta tell you, with everything that was going on this past week, I don't want to say I gave up on KC Cup, but it was definitely not one of the things that was high up on my list of priorities to do. So I ended up getting to 15, to DL 15. And that was pretty much it. And the only reason I even got to that level was because DL 15 was right about where my 30th win would be, where I would get the super rare ticket. So I just like, okay, I'm just gonna try to get the super rare ticket and then just kill it. So that's what I did. I just fought a little longer, got the super rare ticket, and then I just quit. I didn't, there's too many other things going on. So yeah, that was about as well as I did. I guess I underestimated the effect of the holidays. And so yeah, I just simply wasn't able to do a whole bunch. It's decent since most top players end up with around 95,000. Wasn't the top player last time like right at 95,000? That would be like the top player. And even then, that top player turned out to be a fraud. How many people do you think are going to be frauds this time around? That's a legitimate question. It really is. Because last time, weren't there like something like 3 of the top 10 players in that last KC Cup got stripped of their ranking and they got banned for trading wins and that sort of thing? I mean, that's kind of nuts, man. When 30% of your top 10 are found out cheaters, I guess I should say, because you never know. I mean, there are probably a lot of people out there that do cheat that just never get caught. It just so happened, yeah, that happened with the WC qualifier. Well, there you go. Yeah, very similar situation. And you have to think, if they caught them just that one time, I have a strong feeling that, 1, that sort of thing had been going on for a while. And 2, especially in a game like this, there are always going to be people who cheat. And it's unfortunate. It stinks. And I'm not bitter or anything because I only got DL 15. I mean, let's face it, I just didn't have time. But yeah, I sincerely hope that doesn't happen where we get like a little news bulletin that says, oh, news alert, we need to let you guys know that the whatever ranked player was found to be cheating. He's been stripped of his blah, 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 his or her, whatever. Anyways, I sincerely hope that doesn't happen. I hope the fact that those people got caught last time is enough of a deterrent so that people don't do it again. But again, it just, that's the thing about cheaters, is they always think they're not going to be the ones to get caught. And that's, again, a game this big with this many players, it's normally true. They don't get caught. And so that's why they keep doing it, because unless you make like what, top 20, nobody really cares if you cheat. So I guess the idea is cheat just enough to achieve your modest goal and you're fine. But if you cheat too much, then yeah, you're probably going to get caught. Anyway, maybe 2-3 people cheated and got caught. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because again, you have to think of all the people. The only reason those people, I think, got caught is because Konami knew they couldn't allow that in the top 10. They just couldn't. Because if you allow that in the top 10, and again, like I said, it was more of a deterrent than anything. It was basically a message to everybody else saying, hey, if you're cheating, you need to stop because we will catch you and we will ban you. And for people who have spent, several $100s on their account buying packs, they sure as hell don't want to get banned. But at the same time, because it is so easy to make a new account, what some people might start doing is, like, they'll have their primary account where they kind of had it for like a year and they've been buying packs. They'll make a second account, go in with all those free gems you get, buy the pack or packs that they know they need certain cards from to build a specific deck, and then use that as the cheating account. So if that gets banned, then they don't care because they didn't spend money on it. It was just, hey, let's just try this and see what happens. So if they get the invite, great, yeah, I've had this account forever. But if they get caught, then, nobody cares. It's the way of the world these days, man. But then again, I shouldn't say these days, because there have been cheaters forever, right? I mean, any sport, any game, there's always going to be somebody who tries to cheat. Always. Just how it is, man. How are y'all doing in Duel Mod? Y'all already done? I need... Actually, no, I didn't even realize I finished. Yeah, I guess I was doing enough of the ranked duels in the KC Cup that it gave me all the points I needed. Soul of Scars currently in first... How is he in first place? Well, that's true. I guess this number keeps going. Yeah, I guess that... Yeah, Duel-thon's kind of stupid. Yeah, I already got this card. It looks interesting. 1 tuner plus 1 level 3 non-tuner monster. So I guess you would have to use a level 2 tuner. Or something like level modulation. What y'all think about this card? I wasn't crazy about it. During the player's turn, you contribute this card. Each warrior type monster you control gains 500 attack and defense until the end of the next damage step. That monster attacks or is attacked. You need about 3,000 more? Yeah. That's not that much. You'll get that today. Probably. But yeah, let's get to the big thing that's going on. We got him early. Happy with my results. Just shy of 27,000 DP. Very happy with that. Was it Dre that said he had like 65,000? So what the hell is Dre doing that he got 65,000? How in the... I mean, you don't just get that. I mean, unless you completely ignore everything for the entire day, you don't get that in a day. You just don't. You know, you get that in like 2 or... Yeah, I think he was trolling. Because like, there's no way. Dre had such a hard time. That's the thing. Yeah, he posted it. Apparently he posted it in Discord, but I don't know, man. It's hard to believe that because Dre messes with us all the time. But let's get... I keep alluding to this. Let's just get to it. Jack is here. And I gotta tell you, I don't really care. Do you care if Jack's here? I mean, I'm looking at this and we can't unlock him. So it's not like, oh, he's unlocked. No. Well, I guess here's the thing, is we get him now at the end of November, but he probably won't be unlockable until like February. So yeah, no new character for us, which is kind of, you know, kind of saw this coming because we just got Trudge. We just got Trudge, what, like 3 weeks ago? Something like that is when we got Trudge? I don't even play Trudge. But yeah, before I actually pulled myself out of bed earlier today, I did play 1 match against Jack, and I don't know, man. I mean, I guess some of his cards are kind of neat. He's data mined to be unlockable in January. Well, there you go. And even then, those dates could change. So who knows exactly how it's going to go. I'm looking at these cards, and they're... okay. A synchro monster that used this card. Well, I guess that would be okay. 3-star tuner. That's not bad. That's a decent card, I guess. Be good for fire, obviously. I'm just not really crazy about these cards. I don't know, man. Yeah, very underwhelming. But that's normal whenever we get the first event of a new character. Especially if we don't get to unlock them. I mean, we get just the crap of the crap rewards is what we get. Even though this is an ultra rare. I mean, it's not a bad card, but I don't think it's going to be game changing. None of this stuff. Well, maybe this one's actually not bad. I'm actually okay with this card because you can activate his effect and then it gives a monster piercing effect, which is okay. You know, not bad. Did you see the Walmart Cyber Dragon? Yeah, it's this guy. And believe me, this is no Cyber Dragon. It's just not. I mean, yeah, you can summon him the same way, but that's a 0 defense. And of course, Cyber Dragon has the 1600 defense, which is it's actually pretty good, especially in Duel Links. 16 defense is not bad, whereas this is just laughable. But yeah, this is the discount, the discount Cyber Dragon. Plus, it's an earth and a rock, whereas the Cyber Dragon is a light dragon. So, all of his monsters are like that, though, right? They got well, not this one, but yeah, all his big piece golems and stuff like that. 0 defense, 0 defense, and this thing, yeah, 0 defense. Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, there's your difference. Special summon and normal summon. So, yeah. I don't think we're going to get Cyber Dragon for a while, and that really annoys me. It annoys me so much because... I don't know. I think because, again, like I've said many times, they know it's going to change the game. They know everybody's going to want to run 3 Cyber Dragons, and I don't blame them. Because Cyber Dragon, even in TCG, was that good. It really was. He was game-changing. When he came out, people wanted 3 copies of him. And that's why for a long time, when his the first month that card came out in the TCG, it was easily a $30 card. Because it was a super rare. When it came out in Cybernetic Revolution, it was a super rare. And so it was not easy to get. You could buy an entire box, 24 packs, and not get it. You could buy 2 boxes and not get it. It really was a luck pull if you got it. It's just a super rare. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know how you guys keep playing Duel Links. I get a little bored with it sometimes. Do y'all get bored of Duel Links? Like, even right now, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, They should add him in an EX. Yeah, they will add him to an EX box. We discussed that too. He's going to be in an EX box. That's what's going to happen because everybody will buy it. Well, people that have money will buy it. Well, I don't think Duel Links is lackluster. It's just one of those things where, I mean, like I've even mentioned it too sometimes where like people, I think it was Turner. You all remember Turner, of course. Where he took some time off. He didn't play for like 2 months. And I'm like, hey, that's cool, you know, take some time off, not play for a little while. And so, yeah, it gets a little boring sometimes. Same thing with, you know, that's why I was kind of, how can I put this? It's like during the week, like last week and during the weekend, I could feel myself kind of having that urge, like you should be doing something because I just, kind of conditioned myself that, okay, every time, every specific day at this time, I need to be streaming this game or whatever. And that's what it was. Like on the weekends, it felt weird to be, for it to be like 12 noon and not be streaming. Yeah. So, I mean, and then when I didn't stream this past several days, even then I still felt that way. Like, oh, well, I should be streaming. But then it was like, maybe it's good to take some time off. But even then I didn't take time off because I was still playing the KC Cup, which sucked for me. And everybody's like, bro, play a different game, stream a different game, dude. I stream other games. Like, you all probably don't even know this. I streamed Saturday night. You all didn't even see that show. None of you saw that show Saturday night. But yeah, was it Saturday? Maybe it was Friday. I don't remember the exact day. It was Friday or Saturday. And I know it was in the evening. It was pretty late at night, so like Dan and Moni were probably asleep. Because I think I started streaming at like 9 p.m. Yeah, it was pretty late. But yeah, I streamed. I didn't stream Duel Links though. I did not stream Duel Links. I streamed World of Warcraft. And I was actually kind of doing some interesting stuff in Warcraft, and nobody watched. I think Bluskabar hung out for a little while as just like a pity view. He's just like, I don't want you to just be talking to yourself, bro, so I'll leave this on in the background. But yeah, that's kind of how that went. But yeah, nobody watches it, which is unfortunate. I mean, any of the other games I stream, I just don't really have an audience for. I think that World of Warcraft show, it was only like an hour and a half. It wasn't that long. I think it had like 14 views total. Not concurrent. I mean, just somebody would come in, they'd stay for like 2 minutes, and then they'd leave. Yeah, this is the only show that I do where you all actually hang around for like more than 20 minutes, which is nice. But at the same time, you kind of have to weigh, well, congrats on 700 subs. Man, that 700 number has been messing with me. It really has. Because I was like at $6.99 for like a day or two, and then it bumped up to 700, and then it went back down to $6.99. And I'm like, come on, man, just stay there. Don't do that. And then it went back to 700. So I'm like, Yeah, Dan's like, dude, it's 4 in the morning here, dude. Yeah, I figured that because I mean, when I do stuff like World of Warcraft, it's usually for a North American audience. It's not for my European viewers because I know you guys are all asleep and doing whatever. I don't even know if I want to do 300 more, dude. I'm telling you, tracks. It's so freaking tiring at times, man. It's like because even when I'm not streaming, I don't stop working on it. I try to do every single thing I can. And speaking of every single thing, oh, you were at work, Dan. I was like, I was at work. Speaking of which, in case I'm pretty sure you all probably didn't notice again, but I revamped the forums, and if I do say so myself, they look much better. Of course, again, I don't expect anybody to really use them, but they do look much better. I mean, if you all actually go there and take a look at them, because the old forums, I mean, they were functional, they worked, they just weren't very attractive. They were just kind of very plain Jane, there's. Whereas the new forums, they've got some color in them now. They've got better organization. There are more topics. It looks much better now. But I think what I'll try to do is, like any new decks that I see, I'll post them there and see how that works out. Again, I don't expect a ton of people to check it out, but it would be nice. But yeah, I worked on the forums, gosh, for at least a good 7 hours. I would say a good 6 to 7 hours I worked on the forums. Because it's not just a piece of software you install. You have to tweak things, you have to rewrite some code. It's a pain in the butt. But anyways, I've been complaining way too much, man. You know what day it is today? It's Monday. And you know what Monday means, right? No, really, I don't know. What does Monday mean? Y'all gonna help me out there? No one? Tracks? Dan? Don't feel bad, Dan. That's how it goes, though, man. That is how it goes. Because, and that's the thing. I never wanted to try and pigeonhole myself into Duel Links, but when you find something that works, you try. Even though I try to expand and do different things, usually when you find something that works, people tend to stick with it. And there's a reason people stick with it, is because it works. It's not Meme Monday. I guess I'll open up a duel room if y'all want. Because it is really early. It's 8:13 in the morning. Well, at least where I am. I don't know what time it is for you guys. But yeah, it's been a while. So let's open up a room and see what happens. I hesitated to call the stream Meta Monday, because after all that KC Cup, dude, the last thing I wanted to do was just come right in and be like, yeah, let's face even more meta decks now. Oh, God, I hate meta decks. No, I'm just kidding. So let me post that room number. And if y'all feel like joining, you can. But even then, I'm probably not gonna run any meta decks. I'm just gonna run fun decks. See how it works. Like even with Luna, I've been messing around with her just to level her up because, like, she's only level 22. Yeah, everybody's burned out on meta after the KC Cup. Everybody's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. So we're gonna check out Benia's Girl, and it's a very familiar deck. I changed like one card out of it, and y'all can obviously see what card it is. But yeah, this is it. Well, actually, I changed 2 cards. I'm sorry. There are 2 cards. I put this in there just to kind of play around and see how it worked out. It does okay, actually, because it gives you the tokens. And I do use the tokens, because the tokens are 3-star, and you can use them with this. Kind of nice, huh? Just going to be a spectator today. And then, of course, I got the Genzo. But yeah, I've got the Hamstrut in there, and I've also got the Scopin. But other than that, it's kind of very, very close to my old school machine/roid deck. One thing I noticed then when I was putting this together is the number of level 7 synchro monsters that I can use with this deck there's like 1, and I don't have it. I don't know if you all noticed that. Because like some of these, like this one, there are no, I mean, you can just kind of do whatever, like 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Same thing here, one tuner. It doesn't specify that it has to be a particular, like, this one here, it says one tuner or one or more non-tuner normal monsters. So it's very specific, so I can't use that for this deck. And a lot of the newer synchro monsters are like that. Like this one, that's, you know, has to be used in Gen X. That has to be used with normal monsters. This one has Blackwing. They're all like that. And that's what I was looking at, like all the level 7s. This one's Gen X controller. Let me see. There's some other level 7s. There are some around here somewhere. But yeah, there aren't many level 7s that you can just bring right out. You already dislike the event. Which one? The Jack event? It was going to be like that, which is kind of crap. But yeah, there's not a lot of level 7 synchro monsters that I can use. Even this thing, I mean, it's a good monster, but again, you have to use it with Junk Synchron, so I can't use it. And since we can't get Junk Synchron just as a regular card, which would be awesome, yeah, I can't use any level... That's why I'm using level reduction with this, just to try and make things different. I have been able to synchro summon some stuff. Like, I was able to get this guy out, and I was able to get this guy out. But the other cards are actually a little bit of a challenge. In fact, the last time I brought this guy out, I used the 2 tokens from this thing, because they're both 3-star, and then I used the scoping thing, and that's how I was able to get him out. You already dislike the columns. It's going to be one of those types that nobody really wants to use. It's there, but it's like, eh. All right, let's see what we got. I don't even know, who is this? I have no idea who this person is. Who is this? Is that you, Kefka? Because yeah, I don't know who that is. Let's see, room members. Who's in here besides me? Oh, Trax is in here. Okay. Let's see. I'm new to this. I doubt you are. I'll face Trax first. Where are you at, Trax? Here, I'll jump on table 2. And there's Trax. Okay. So again, Trax, this is a deck you've faced. So you're familiar with it. It's Dre. It's not Dre. And while this is loading and playing, I'll turn my sound on here in a minute. And hope you will not mind, but I'm going to eat my soup now. I had to spend a half hour letting it cool down because it's really hot. That's tasty. All right, let me turn some sound on here. There we go. Yeah, it's very chilly. It's very chilly, and unfortunately, I don't have any hot breakfast food. If Maroon were here, he'd be like, "What? You don't have bacon?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, I don't have any bacon. I don't have eggs, and I don't have any like oatmeal." So, but I was like, I want to eat something warm. And the weird thing about the last several days has been that we're in this weird part of it's not really winter. I mean, I guess obviously it's fall. But like some days it'll be really chilly. Like it'll get like to a high of like 50, which is cold. Well, cooler for my area. And then it'll get down to like the 40s at night, which is again kind of chilly. But then like the very next day it'll be like 80 degrees. And so it's like, come on, man. So it's like I'm switching between having the heater on and having the air conditioner on, and it's a huge pain in the butt. Oh, well, of course, for you it is, Moni. I mean, you live way up north. So yeah, it's definitely winter for you. Down here, yeah, it's never really winter, but it's kind of winter. All right. Well, I know he's waiting for something. Otherwise, he would have used his Gen X to summon something. Because I know what he's waiting for. I know he's got the that Combine weird Gen X thingy thing. It's winter there 24/7. You know, I never realized how far north the UK was until I plotted it on a map and compared it to the same What's the word I'm looking for? When I compared it to like areas in Canada, it's like you guys are in Canada. It really is. It's like that. And then when I compared where Texas is, when we're talking like medians and all that stuff, like when you plot longitude and latitude, Texas, or where I am in Texas, is about the same. What's the word I'm looking for? It's about the same area as where Libya would be. So yeah, it's really warm down here. Normally. Okay, what is that, an Earth? Alright, we're doing Earth. Earth! Is that clickbait? Is what clickbait? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, that's one thing that I did change over on Twitch for my 3 people that ever watch me on Twitch. I did change things there a little bit. I have a feeling of what he has back there. Jack Atlas event? No. We talked about Jack for a good 10 minutes. But anyways, yeah, I changed the stuff over on... Okay, here comes the treacherous trap hole. Oh, really? Okay. But anyways, I changed it from... Because you know how like when you go to Twitch, you can, you know, put what game it is that you're playing or what activity that you're doing. I changed it from dual links just to chatting, like, you know, playing games and chatting, that sort of thing, just to kind of see what would happen. And it made no difference. But yeah, I changed it up just to kind of see what would happen. Mirror Mall. Okay, there we are. Blescobar just woke up. I was telling them, Blescobar, about how you were the only person that actually hung out for a little while on the stream I did on like Saturday or Sunday. Or Friday. I don't even remember what day it was. You can add machine type. Oh. Gotta floodgate that dude. And the thing is now, because I'm floodgating that, now he should synchro summon. Furries never miss. What are you talking about, furries? According to Maroon, nothing ever misses. Power tool dragon. This I cannot allow. Are we using meme decks or... Well, I mean, we were talking about that earlier. And we were kind of like, yeah, we're all kind of burned out on the on metas, so we're not. Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, I guess technically I can't stop you guys from using meta, but I'm not using meta today. You better use it, dude. Bam! Got the anti-magic arrows going for you. Direct attack. Yes, I am doing dual room, Mr. Totally Legit Boyo. Yeah, here, I'll give you the third number. Yeah, seeing as how we're all kind of burned out from KC Cup, let's just do fun decks today. I know it's Meta Monday, but, you know, let's just do some fun decks. I'm so sick of seeing Masked Heroes at this point, dude. I'm so sick of Masked Heroes. I'm so sick of Blue Eyes. I could go a month and not see another Blue Eyes deck and be perfectly fine with it. It's just... Ugh. So sick of it. I mean, you can play theme decks. Like, I'm playing kind of a theme deck. A little. We're going to be safe here. do that. Let's hold that. Let's just see if we can go for the win. I'm sure he's got something that can stop me. He's got another mirror wall. Oh, a wall. Okay, that's good. So it was a good thing I put that in defense. Yeah, I mean, I'll give it that. It was pretty balanced. But yeah, like I said, it was just, you know, it came to the point of just facing the same decks over and over and over again. Just got sick of that. I actually didn't face any Odeon stall decks. I didn't face any of those. I used it a couple of times, but for the most part, I used Silent Magician. Gonna end the turn, huh? Alright. I'm trying to remember what that was. What did I put down? Oh, I remember. Never mind. I mean, I can go look, but I'm being lazy. Well, you got rid of my submarine right as a threat, so now he's just a defensive monster. How do I do this now? Well, I could, at the very least, I can get him to burn another wall if he's got it. So let's do this and see if I can get him to burn another wall. Kind of want him to, just to get him to use up his back row stuff. Half shut. Ah, interesting. Okay. You were running Butter Blitter. Totally Legit says, I hate some decks in case you kept the main ones are Power Tool Dragon and Blue Eyes Control. I didn't run into any Power Tool Dragon decks at all. Yeah, I ran into a lot of Masked Hero and a lot of Blue Eyes. Here comes Wayne! And there goes Wayne. It's just like, dude, come on, man. This is all I can really do, man. Here, let's get rid of Wayne. I can get rid of Wayne. If I have to take damage the next turn, then I take damage the next turn. That's fine. Get rid of Wayne. Alright, I'm still eating my soup. Oh, look at that top deck. How you like these top decking skills, sir? Was able to outlast him. He's like, dude, I can't get past any of those stupid defensive monsters. Good duel, sir. Go easy on me. Anytime somebody says go easy on me, I immediately assume they're trying to hustle me. So I never go easy. I just go full on. I was never a hustler myself. Here's an interesting fact y'all didn't know. All of us played pool. Me, my brother, and my sister. I wasn't a big time pool player. I was okay, but I wasn't a hustler. My sister, of all people, was a hustler. When she played pool, when she was like 18, 19 years old, she used to go to bars. And of course, her being a woman, men immediately, you know, they immediately thought, oh, it's just a woman. And so, of course, she'd be like, She'd be like, "Oh, I'm not that good," and of course they'd play, and she'd lose the first match, and then they'd want to bet money, and she immediately hustle them out. I'm like, that's hilarious. That is so funny. Tyler says he thinks the new event is trash. A lot of us do. The cards aren't that great. They're just not. There's nothing really to get excited over. Yeah, we're done with that. We're not letting it get snipe. Nah. Get that out of here. No snipe hunter for you, sir. Put your backfield and end your turn. Let's got our summon. You can have one Blaze Accelerator from your deck. Okay. Yeah, there's some people in the duel room, man. Here, I'll share that duel room number again. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to hit it back. There we go. I have no idea what this card even does. You can target one monster your opponent controls. Summon power type monster in front of your life. Try that target. You cannot declare an attack turn after this event. Oh, that's fine. He could have just attacked and destroyed it, but that's cool. I have no idea what this does. 3 people. Yeah, me and this person are playing each other right now. You hate the trap I got there. Everybody hates that trap, man. We're all tired from KC Cup, man. We're all worn out. But I hadn't done a show in almost a week, so I was like, oh, we'll do a little bit of a show today, just to give you all a little something. What cards would I like to see added to Duel Links? Don Zalug. I really want to see Don Zalug. I'm just a big... You know why I think Don Zalug would be so awesome here? Is because oftentimes cards with even lower attacks, like Submarine Roid, they still do really well. And Don Zalug, he's only a 14 attacker, 15 defender, but his effects are great. His effects are amazing. In fact, Don Zalug, I could tell you right now, I could see Don being used with what's the word I'm looking for? I could see him being used with like Spike Shield. Because his defense and his attack are fairly decent, and you add in Spike Shield and it's terror. Can you imagine 3 Spike Shields and 3 Don... Just in case you all don't know what Don Zalug is. Don Zalug is a Dark Warrior. 14 attack, 15 defense. He has 2 effects, and you can choose to activate one effect or the other. Anytime you cause damage to your opponent's life points. The first one is that you can randomly discard 1 card from your opponent's hand, or you can send the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. You can choose one or the other whenever you cause damage. That's why I like him. He's pretty amazing. Ooh, look at this. It is, I'm telling you, he is amazing. In the TCG, I used to run 2 of him in my deck, and he was great. 3 is a bit of overkill, even with a 40-card deck, but he was... no, it's not once per turn, Dan. It is anytime you cause damage to your opponent's life points. So it can be their turn, it can be your turn, you can do it multiple times. If you somehow come up with a way to make Dawn attack multiple times, yeah. We used to use Dawn with hand destruction. Hand destruction was a big thing back in the day. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Do I want to do that? Let me think. Well, I can't do that anyway. Actually, I can. Hold on. Oh, crap. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this thing. Niger? Are you from Niger? Robertus Stankus says Niger. I don't know what that means. Because if you control 3 on the field, does that mean you can only activate one of its effects? No. It doesn't matter how many you have. You can use it every single time you cause damage to their life points. What character haven't they added yet that you really want to see? That's a good question. Jean-Claude Magnum. You can laugh at that, but seriously, Jean-Claude Magnum. He's one of those, because he's one of those comic relief characters. So I would love to see him just come out like in a random stupid event and have him constantly harassing Mai. I think that would be funny. I really do. I think it would be hilarious. I don't think we'll get darts, but you know, it happens. My turn. I don't want to play anymore, man. I'm actually kind of bored of this. Alright, fine. Curva? I have no idea who that is. But I seriously want to see Jean-Claude Magnum just because he's hilarious. He's the greatest, most hilarious person I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm not playing a deck with Snipe Hunters. I just don't like that card. Curva is a biscuit. What's a biscuit? Is that like a biscuit? I don't know what that is. I still think Jean-Claude Magnum. He was one of those characters. He was only around for what, like 2 episodes at the most? Because I think his mini arc was 2 episodes. It was 1 or 2. It was really short. But I still remember it just because the episode was so random. Because he came out when everybody was heading to the stadium for Battle City for the finals. And he just shows up. And he's like, Mai, I'm going to marry you. And Mai's like, who the hell are you, man? And even Joey's like, yeah? Yeah, what are you talking about, yeah? It's so goofy. No, Jean-Claude Magnum. Even Jean-Claude Magnum is a great name. It's so stupid. Tripping this car roll in the face of, and yeah, let's see. Joey's Brooklyn Rage. And then oh no, I've finally done it. I've managed to kill a man with my breasts. That's so goofy. Sea stealth attack combined with drills? I don't know what drills are. Hey, Javy. Javy Wabby. Wabby the Javy. Javi con Avi. Right. No, I don't run C Stealth Attack. C Stealth Attack is one of those cards that I would not wish on any of you. That's why I don't run it. Oh, I should probably pick which one I'm going to attack, huh? Yeah, during days like this where we're just kind of chilling and just playing kind of random decks, there are certain cards that I just won't use on you guys. C Stealth Attack is one of them. Another one that I won't use, even if it's sort of outside the standard Masked Hero deck, I wouldn't run Anki versus you guys. Not on a fun day like today. Would not run Anki. Also wouldn't run Snipe Hunter. I just don't, you know. I feel like that card's kind of cheap. Like I said, there's a better version of it that you don't see, but... Man, I guess that backfield was all traps, huh? And that Jinzo really messed this person over. Man, you were going hardcore trap backfield, huh? Sand Gambler, I remember that guy. Damn, Seven was going hardcore backfield. All tier. Here, let me change out decks. Let me go to something different. So destroy 30 monsters. Ulterior is me. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was all trap back row, and then when I broke out Jinzo, he was like, oh crap. He's like, he got Jinzo that early. Let me see. Here, since we're doing fun decks, I'll stick with the theme, and we'll just use this one.
Believe in my cards.
And Naruto's like, dang it, man, I'm getting Jinzo. Why you be breaking out Jinzo on me? That's not Dre. That is not the Dre we know. It's not. I know the Dre we know, and that's not him. Dre and Trax, y'all should do it. Wait today's... Yeah, because the reason why we're doing it is because we're all kind of... Well, at least me, I can't speak for everybody, but a few other people have kind of agreed with my whole thing of, you know, I'm a little burned out because of Casey Cup. So, yeah, we're just doing fun decks today. That, and I'm slowly eating soup. I may actually have to go reheat my soup now. Yeah, fun decks are more fun. Turn 2? Wow. Well, let's just take what we can get. Fusion E-Heroes? Sure. Ain't nothing wrong with Fusion E-Heroes. It's not meta, so that's fine. I have a Fusion E-Hero deck. I probably need to switch it up, though. I haven't updated that deck in... Wait, what happened? Did you brick? Oh, no, I think... Just in case you all... This person I just faced is one of my one lone Twitch viewer. And it looks like he bricked. Sorry. Yeah, I guess he bricked. Bleska Bay. What is this? I got all spell and trap I couldn't activate without the monsters. Oh, that sucks. Well, that duel went a little bit faster than we thought it would. I'm not going to watch this match because I don't want to know what Bleska Bar and Zamar are running, because that's kind of, you know. Well, when we have time, legit, do you want to just go again? I mean, because there's nobody else waiting. We'll just go again. Hopefully you'll get a better starting hand. My starting hand was actually pretty decent. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty decent. It was workable. Okay, we're going to go again real quick. More than welcome to, sir. You can join if you like. There's the room number. He's like, yes, I'm going second. You actually... Wow. Yeah, this is a good go... I actually have a good going second hand. So I'm just going to have to try and work with this. Not a great hand to start with. Not if I'm going first. This is a good go second hand. That's all I can do, though. I didn't brick, it's just not... Excuse me. Just not a great hand to start with. I didn't get any defensive monsters. It's a good thing I have Karibo in my hand. This soup is tasty. That's the one thing I like about winter when it gets colder. Get to eat the soup. Oh, we're done. Okay. Alright, let's see. Here, I'll face Dark Twix again, since nobody else is in here. The winter is coming. This is about as cold as it's going to get this year, I think. Which is I'm okay with. If we can get days where the high is like 65 and the nights are like 40 degrees, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm content with that. Thing is, though, you have to remember, it's still technically fall. Winter doesn't start until the 21st or the 22nd of December? This is not a great hand. So yeah, it is going to get a little colder. I have no idea what deck you're playing. I was eating soup, sorry. He's like, stop eating soup. Pay attention to me. I'm kidding. It looks like a highly brickable deck, which was made very obvious in the first match. Gosh, I really don't want to use this card. I probably should use this first. Ooh, look at that. Broke the wall. Yeah, I did not want to use this guy first, but that's the only monster I have. So Junk Synchron it is. Here's to hoping I draw a monster next. Because if not, this is going to get kind of funky. Trying to get 100 wins. I think I'm at like 30 wins. What is this? Are you serious? Come on. That's not the monster I wanted to draw. I'm like, I need to draw a monster. Oh, you're running fairies. I didn't even realize you were running fairies. Well, that answers the question that I had now. I was like, what is this? Now I know. Now I know exactly what it is. The Sanctuary in the Sky. And now I kind of have to let this go because I know that one of these is that divine something. So yeah, I'll let that go. Yeah, he does have Fairy Smile. He can use Fairy Smile. Actually, well, no, let's do this again. Whew. Alright. I imagine he's going to negate this. Oh, maybe not. That's gone. Okay. Let's hold on to that. 24. Junction Con. Could try this. I have one of Jack's cards. That's it. I haven't even worked on him at all. Chain it. You know you want to. Oh, mirror wall. I think. The mirror wall was a good hit, though. What do we got here? Well, let's just try this first. Yeah, I'm having to kind of play back a bit because I know he's got counters. I'm thinking that is Solemn Scolding. So when I hit his mirror wall, that was good. So I'm thinking this is Scolding, and he's hoping... Okay, well, he drew Fairy. So now he's hoping for his field spell card again. Wow, I'm drawing a lot of those. Okay, well, let's check something here. Let's try this and see what happens. I am doing a synchro. See, there's a synchro right there. I just have to be careful because I'm telling you, he's running counter fairies, and counter fairies can be very. They can be a little difficult to get past sometimes. So I'm just kind of playing safe here. Yeah, with no field spell. But there are still some cards that you can activate without the field spell. There are still some counters, like the mirror wall. You know, he had the mirror wall. He didn't need the field spell card for that. Now, of course, at this point, if this were like some sort of wall, I imagine he would have already used it. Ooh, look at that. Damn, and I sent my monsters back, didn't I? Yeah, I sure did. I could have either one of those. Let's go with this. Not always. There are some other traps that he's got. You don't want to run just counter traps in a counter fairy deck. You run other stuff. Are we done, tracks? Looks like we are. I really don't know who this is, because it's not our buddy Dre, because Buddy Dre's stuff is completely different. So it's somebody else named Dre. Nah, Dre. I'm doing that. I'm doing the little air quotes. I'm not facing you because I don't know who you are. Yeah, you're trying to be somebody you're not, man. I'm just kidding. Actually, yeah, I should face him simply because he's been here waiting for... He's been waiting longer than this person. So it would be fair. Well, no, wait. Bluscobar was waiting, too. Bluscobar was waiting longer than him. So, yeah, I'll face Bluscobar. Mr. Legend rank. Yep, my soup is officially cold now. Waited too long to eat it. I'm gonna go heat it up.
Duel.
Oh my god. Really? What is this? Shard of Greed. It comes in pairs. Well, we know what's running. Bring it out. Relinquished. I don't even want to play Relinquished. I'm going to end the duel, Bluscobar. I don't want to play Relinquished. I'm just like, ugh. What is that? Oh, it's my heater. I was like, what just turned on? I completely forgot I turned the heater on. Could probably turn it off. It's warm enough in here. It's like 67 in here. It's warm. Probably. Of course. Gosh. And now I'm drawing nothing. So all he needs is a monster. Wow, he didn't even have a monster. I'm about to get 5 cards. Can I get my way out of this? Oh, nice. Okay, so let's do this. Can't use this, which stinks. Let's see. He's got another one in his hand, though. I know he does. So it's not really going to matter. Let's try this. Just to give him a little something to think about. Bring one of my little squirrels out. Yeah, he's definitely got another one in his hand already. Decisions. kind of have to do this. I don't really want to. It can make some sense, though. Because if I do that, then I can do this. Yeah, let's try this. So then I can do this. Send these back. Draw a card. Not terrible. Not a huge amount I can do, man. That's all I can do. Because next, cause he's going to let this go. He's going to take the 21. But like I said, he's already got another one in his hand. Or he's got a Sphere Kribo. Which would suck. Either way. Because I'm here for your entertainment, Dan. I'm not here to win. I'm here to eat soup and take names. And my soup is cold. Anyway. So... Let's see, who else was there? Oh, they're playing already. Oh, Gabriel! Gabe's here. Yeah, man, my soup is cold. I really do need to reheat. I should put this aside. Because if I keep this little... It's not even a bowl. It's like a little... It's like one of those oversized coffee cups. And if I keep it in front of me, I'm going to keep nibbling on it. So let me put that aside. Come on, Gabe, where are you, man? There we go. Okay. I think we broke it. Yeah, we broke it, man. Hold on. Let me back out of the room. Go back in. Where are you, Gabe? No. I'm trying to face Gabe. Okay, now Gabe is completely gone. I think his game crashed. Yeah, Gabe's gone. Oh, there he is. Okay. Dude, what is going on with you, Gabe? There we go. Come on. Please launch this time. Okay, it's still not launching. The fake Dre.
Duel.
Oh gosh, that's not a great hand. I don't like getting these two, especially in a starting hand. This is kind of useless. I'm not doing this. I'm not playing Harpies. Sorry. I'm just not gonna deal with Harpies today, dude. I'm not doing it. Alright, where's the fake Dre? We'll face the fake Dre. Where are you? I think he ran away. Yeah, fake Dre is gone. I don't know where he is. Oh, there he is. Alright, fake Dre. I think I'm going to do that with everybody else. I'm going to start the duel and then just end it and be like, yeah, I played you. But you surrendered. I still played you. Yeah, but that's... I still played you.
Duel.
Dark Tracks double wall of dogs? Well, that's a top deck. Why am I facing Sylvans? Yeah, I'm not doing this either. Dude, I'm not in the mood to play, dude. I just really don't want to do any of this. Yeah, I'm not doing any of this. I guess this just goes to show the burnout, man. I just don't even want to play any of these crap decks, dude. I just don't want to do it. No, man, I just don't. I'm just like, God, please, man, just... Can't somebody play, like, Skull Servant? I want to see a Skull Servant deck. I have no idea who this is either. Who is Zaymar? Anybody know who Zaymar is? I see ice barriers all the time, man. A trash deck of Oshimas. A Skull Serpent deck. Zanzibar.
Duel.
I see them every day. I see them in Goblin Slayer. This isn't a terrible hand, I guess. Could have been worse. I don't think it's called Zanzibar Land. I think it's just Zanzibar. I think that's what I'm going to switch to after this. I'm going to just go play my E-Hero deck. Not Masked Heroes. I'm just going to play E-Hero. It's a bit more fun. Really, dude? Come on. Dragoonity. What is... Ugh. It's like no matter what I do, I can't escape any of these decks, dude. Just like, you know. Now I'm facing a friggin' meta deck. It's like, come on, man. It's not even in the title. I did not even put it in the title. What is this? Try and play Magic. Dude, I played Magic for years. Yeah, Magic the Gathering is nothing new to me. I was even a beta tester on Magic the Gathering Arena. Yeah, I still have a lot of my old Magic cards too. The only thing I don't like about Magic is that is the handful of times they reprint certain cards. They don't just reprint them once; they reprint them to hell, to the point where no version of the card has any value. Mondays mean I don't like it. I still have Magic the Gathering Arena installed. I just never play it. I played a lot of games. I played Versus. I played the the WoW TCG. I played Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and I've seen Pokemon. I've never played it. I had a lot of games in my life, man. I'm fairly certain I've spent probably 10 times that amount on Magic. But at least it was legit cards. It's not this digital stuff. It's real cards, you know. That's the thing about Magic, is that there is money in Magic the Gathering, but the way that they've been doing some of these sets nowadays in the past couple of years are just not, you know, like there's a new Masters set coming out next year, like early 2019. Do you know what the retail price of it is? It's going to be something like $360 for a box. Seriously, for a booster box. $360. It's like, really? Come on. That's ridiculous, man. That is just... And here's the kicker. The cards in the set aren't even that good. There's like 2 good cards in the entire set. There's no value in it. But they made the set. They're going to sell it for $360, and they know people will buy it. The thing there is with Magic the Gathering, some of the older sets have good value. Alpha, Beta, Revised, and Unlimited, that's a given. I mean, some of those cards, I mean, like the Power Nines, those are givens. But how often do we get cards like that now? You just don't. In any TCG, you just do not get a card that is worth $500 out of a pack. You just don't get it. They're just not. That doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, the Power Nines, those are 25-year-old cards, man. That's why they're worth thousands of dollars. Would I buy it? Are you asking if I'm buying that booster box? No. Absolutely not. I'm not. Oh, that's right. I was going to change text. I'll be right back, Scar. But yeah, I'm not buying that box. Well, one, because I don't have the money for that. That's a lot of money, dude. I mean, it really is. But there were, even some of the older sets were really bad. I mean, hello, the Dark. Oh, here we go. Homelands. How about Homelands? That's an old set. That whole set was trash. I can't think of anybody that thinks of, you know, old school Magic cards like, oh yeah, Homelands. No. Homelands is so bad. Even today, those cards are 20 plus years old, and even like rares in that set still sell for maybe a couple bucks. Onslaught's the same way. Yeah, another older set, but there's like 2 good cards in that whole set.
Here I go.
And I think I mentioned it. Just in case y'all are wondering, I'm talking to the one person that's watching over on Twitch. You know, after this conversation. But I think I've mentioned, I don't know if you were here for it, but I've mentioned before that I had a shoebox full of Magic the Gathering cards back in like 96, 97 that I threw away. I remember actually picking the box up and throwing it in the trash. Yeah, it was not one of my finest moments. I'm not playing this person because I don't know who this is. But yeah, I remember picking that box up, sticking it in the garbage, and not once even thinking that I would regret that. You know, there was. I can tell you right now, there was. I remember specifically because the art for the Black Lotus, I mean, it's pretty unique. It's a beautiful looking card. And I can tell you right now, there's probably at least one in there. I don't know what set it was from. I don't know if it was Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, or what. Probably Unlimited. But, yeah. It's one of those, I mean, there aren't very many times in somebody's life where you look back and you look back with absolute regret. That, for me, was that time. Because I can tell you right now, that box of cards that I threw away, probably worth $10,000 easy. Easy. Probably more. It was so... Ugh. It depends on the version, Moni. There are many versions of Black Lotus. Again, there's alpha, there's beta, there's unlimited, there's revised, and then there's the collector set Black Lotuses. And alphas and betas, those cards, they're virtually impossible to find. I mean, you can find them, but if you find one that's like PSA or Beckett graded, you're going to be paying $10,000. It depends on the on which version, and it also depends on the set that on the quality. Like if it's like a PSA 9 plus, you're going to pay a ton of money for it. And there are 9 pluses out there. In fact, I think there's this guy that I watch on YouTube sometimes. He's real into Magic. He does investing and stuff, and he actually has probably several dozen alpha and beta Black Lotuses, and they're in various conditions. Like I think he has like one that's a 10. Those are very rare, and then he's got a whole bunch more that are like 9, 9.5, maybe a few less. You know. Is this all you're gonna do, man? Because this is the most boring match I've ever seen. He's like, I'm just gonna burn it. That's all I'm gonna do. But anyways, yeah. There's that guy. He owns a. I mean, but he's really big into it. I'm not talking just big. I mean, he is like putting multiple millions of dollars into collecting it. That just gives you an idea of how hardcore he is into it. It's pretty insane. Like, I see some of his collections. I mean, he's one of those guys that he doesn't buy just single cards. I mean, he buys entire collections. And I'm not just talking, you know, few hundred cards. I'm talking he buys massive collections of like 10, 20, 50,000 cards. And he won't even go for if the sets or if the collections he's buying or thinking of buying have any of the newer stuff like in the last 10, 15 years, he doesn't even pay attention to them. He almost exclusively buys alpha, beta, revised, unlimited, and the handful of sets that came after that. Like, they have to be like 20 plus years old for him to even care. He's hardcore. Not only that, not only does he buy collections like that, but he will buy, like when a new set comes out, he won't just buy like 4 or 5 boxes. He will buy pallets. I'm not just talking cases, pallets. Like 5 or 6 pallets. And he won't even open them really. Like he'll take like, 30, 40 boxes and open them and then sell the cards like that. But then like 4 pallets he'll keep and he'll just store them away. And he'll just let them sit there and appreciate in value. That's all he does. It's kind of amazing. But he also takes a huge chance too, because I mean, obviously if the market tanks, then he's left with, pallets and pallets of, cardboard. So he has to be careful, but I mean, yeah, he's a big time investor. How many boxes are in a pallet? That's a good question. Because with Magic the Gathering, you got your booster box, and then each case is 6 booster boxes. Each booster box has normally 36 packs. And then when you go for a pallet, no, it's a lot more than 12. Legit's like it's 12, no. In a pallet, there is more. A case is usually 6 boxes. It's pretty small, I've seen his boxes, because he shows them to us. He shows them to us all the time. Like, he has a warehouse where he keeps it all. And he showed them. And each of the boxes, the normal boxes that he gets, come with 6 boxes in them. And then on top of that, the pallets themselves are just ridiculous. They stand about 5 feet tall, maybe a little more, and just all just boxes, just cases of the stuff. It's insane. He buys from distributors and everything, and it's just, yeah. I'm not playing this either. I'm not playing any of these games today, dude. I just don't care about decks today. I'm more interested in talking about Magic now. But yeah, it's a ton of cards, man. Well, here's the thing about him, is that he's very open about how he goes about all his business. And what he will do is he says he operates on credit. And what he'll do is he's got credit cards and stuff like that with massive, massive credit lines. Like he was telling us he has an American Express card with like $300,000 credit line. So whenever it comes to buying, the new set that's coming out, he can buy pallets of the stuff. And then sometimes what he'll do is, like I said, he'll take some, he'll put it aside, to just let it sit in storage for a long time, and then he'll sell the others. And usually he makes all his money back and pays off that credit card debt within the month, so he doesn't pay interest on it. And he's able to get it all paid back with just the few boxes that he sells. And the rest is basically profit. He just lets it sit in his warehouse and it gains in value, and there you go. That's all he does. I wish I had money like that. I mean, I know he's got decent money. But yeah, the guy works. I mean, his oh, what's the word I'm looking for? His balance sheet is ridiculous. I can only imagine what it looks like. I mean, it's just so insane. How many in a pallet? I really don't know. I've never asked him. Yeah, but that guy has so much freaking. I mean, the guy literally has probably 100 million Magic cards. It's absolute insanity. I'm not playing that deck, Dan. I'm not playing anybody's deck today, obviously. As soon as I saw what you're doing, I'm like, I'm not playing that. You're just gonna have to forgive me today, guys. I'm not playing anybody. I don't care if it's meta or not. I'm not doing anything, man. Because at this point, the game is just kind of there just to keep you all distracted while I talk trash. That's it. That's the whole thing. Nobody? I'm not upset. I just don't. I'm telling you, dude. At this point, I'm just burned out on the game, dude. I just don't care about it right now. I really don't. I do not care about the game right now. I could lose 30 times in a row and I would not care. What am I doing? Select a card to banish. I guess this? Dude, I haven't touched MTG Arena in months. The last time I played it, it was still in beta. So I mean, in fact, if I remember, they wiped all the beta stuff. So I have quite literally no cards. In fact, I think I still... Well, I'm pretty sure they've expired, but they gave us... I don't know if you were there for the beta, but they gave us a whole bunch of codes to just give to people. And I gave away one, but that was it. What am I doing here? Oh. I'm just kind of sitting here like, what? The leaks posted in Discord earlier. I did, and I didn't care. Yeah, that right there just goes to show how much I really am just like kind of at this point. Cowboy Tristan. Pretty much what it is, Cowboy Tristan. Yeah, the new event, I mean, it's a combination of the new event not being very good and then just being burned out from KC Cup. Just don't, I mean, seriously, I could close the game and not play for like 2 weeks and be perfectly content. It wasn't terrible, it just, you know, just kind of Oh, I completely forgot I gave you that card. Sorry. 3 more wins and you're at 100? Ugh. Oh, what am I doing? What's this? Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh boy. It's the, I mean, it just, I don't think it's a boring meta so much as it is just, like I said, you can only see the same decks so often and then you just stop caring. I mean, it's very similar to the TCG. Like, again, I think that's part of the reason why I didn't burn out so much on the TCG, is because I wasn't. I mean, I played, and I occasionally played in tournaments and all that stuff, but I was a judge first, so I never, you know, got to the point where I was just like, oh, I hate this. You know, I never got to that. But now that all I'm doing is playing, I just hate it so much. I was a level 2 judge, and then I stopped. I didn't even stop because I wanted to. I stopped because my wife made me. I was so annoyed. Wall of D for 200 gems. Magic's been going through some weird stuff lately, though. There have been a lot of people who've been caught cheating. Have you been hearing about that legit? There's been, like, there was that one guy. They caught it on camera and everything, and they just let it go. Yeah, it's just, you know, I guess if you reach a certain level of notoriety, they tend to let stuff like that go, which is just yeah. I blame Moni for it all. Ooh. Well, here, I'll just ask you guys. Since I am burning out on Duel Links at this point, what other games would you want to see? Because I don't mind streaming. I don't mind that. It's just, like I said, I'm just... With Duel Links, I'm to the point where it's just like, eh. I mean, obviously, I like playing World of Warcraft, but you all don't like watching it. Overwatch is... I don't know. Like, sometimes I'm into Overwatch, and then other times I'm not. Rocket League is fun, but again, most of y'all are just kind of like, eh. I actually streamed MTG Arena once, and nobody watched. I got 0. Warframe I have not played. Pokemon, I don't have anything to play Pokemon on. And I'm not going to go and spend $300 on a Switch and then another $60 on a game. That's a lot of investment. And I don't make money doing this. Let me see. Fallout 76 was supposed to be the thing, but we all see what trash fire that is. I don't play consoles. I don't have... Okay, I have consoles, but they're like PS1, PS2. I have the original Nintendo. I have a Super Nintendo. I don't have any modern consoles. And I don't want to buy any modern consoles because that's a huge investment. Like I said, if I go and I try to get a console, like if I try to go get like the latest Xbox or whatever, it's minimum $250. And yeah, see, that's the thing though, man. I keep hearing about people getting content strikes on their channels from having videos of those games. You know, what games do I have for them? I've got some really great old games, but you know, I can't think of anybody that would actually want to sit there and watch me play Vice City. I love Vice City. I thought Vice City was great. I actually have Vice City that I bought on Steam. But the crap thing is that it doesn't work with Windows 10. It just doesn't. Even with the... what's the word I'm looking for? There's some backwards compatibility software that you can get. And even with that software, it just does not run. Like, I can install it and I can boot it up, but then it almost immediately crashes every single time. And see, that's the thing. I have Vice City. I have Grand Theft Auto 3. There are a couple of other Grand Theft Auto titles that I have on PC that I bought as part of a bundle, but they do not work with Windows 10. And here's another thing. Part of what made Vice City great is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so good on Vice City, but I can't play it. Because if I play it, my video will immediately get flagged. That was kind of the, you know, and when you think back to all those old Grand Theft Auto games like GTA 3, even though it didn't have a ton of different music, it was still fun because of the music. Same thing with Vice City. Vice City had an amazing soundtrack. But again, you know, if I play it full sound and everything, which is what people would want to watch, the video is immediately going to get flagged. Because of all those different songs and all that different, all those different copyrights. It sucks. Oh, I saw what you were saying. Legit. I saw. Pokemon TCG Online is free and for PC. Is it on Steam? I'll go to Steam right now. Let's see. Wait, it's not on Steam. Come on, man. It needs to be on Steam. Well, okay, maybe it doesn't need to be on Steam. Like another game that I have that nobody really liked watching was Far Cry 5. I spent $90 on that damn game. Nobody watched. I did a lot of streams of Far Cry 5 too. A lot. And I think the most viewers I ever had at one time streaming Far Cry 5 was like 4. I don't like City Skylines. I don't like that game. I just don't like it. Let me think. What was another game I played? Far Cry. Fallout 4 has a good fan base, but it's an older game now, so. Yeah. Let me think. What else was there? Oh, I also had Doom. Not the old school one, the newer one, the new Doom, which it looks beautiful. Got any strategy games? I had Sid Meier's Civilization 6, which is actually kind of fun. But I don't think anybody would really be into that. In fact, like to kind of get an idea of what games people kind of like to watch, I've gone to Twitch and I've looked at the popularity scale, because you can just go and you can look and it tells you which game is the most popular. And unfortunately, the most popular one is Fortnite. Which is awful. It just goes to show that, millions of people will watch the most asinine games. Naruto game there on Steam. I was never into Naruto. I'm just going to go through my list of games here. Let's see. Doom, Far Cry 5, PC Building Simulator. Yes, there is a game, PC Building Simulator. I actually have videos on it. I actually kind of like that game, but the weird thing is that a handful of people that came and watched my stream, they suddenly wanted tech help. Like I suddenly became tech support. And I was like, what? Rocket League, some of y'all like Rocket League. Star Trek Online, again, has a very dedicated fan base, but most of them spend their time playing the game and not watching it. Skyrim, I have Skyrim. I haven't played a lot of it, though. System Shock or Half-Life. I want to play Half-Life 3. Dan will get that joke. Let me see. I've got a lot of games. Batman Arkham Origins. It's a good game, but man, does it crash. I swear, man, that game has crashed on me consistently since I got it, and I got it years ago. Even now, BioShock Infinite, I love that game, but again, a lot of people don't really watch it. I streamed it a few times, but I didn't get a lot of viewers. Car Mechanic Simulator. Child of Light. Thank you for the sub. I have really enjoyed Child of Light, but not a big fan base with that game. If you've never played Child of Light, it's a very, very nice game. You can play it with your kids too. And you really can. That's not a joke. You can really play Child of Light with your kids. You can also play Dark Souls 3 with your kids. Very kid-friendly. That was a joke. I have Dark Souls 3. Let me see. What else? Darkness Within 2, Darksiders, Dirt 3. Disciples Sacred Lands. I love that game. Did y'all ever play Sacred Lands? It's an older game. I remember having that game back in like 2000, 2001. And it's a fun game, and it actually works on Windows 10, but it just looks terrible. The graphics are very dated. And then, of course, I got Morrowind, I got Oblivion, Skyrim Special Edition, Elder Scrolls Legends, Onimusha. I've never heard of that game. I've got the original Fallout. I've got Far Cry 3, which I've never played. For Honor, Gas Guzzlers Extreme. Go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, do I even have it installed? I don't think I do. Hold on. I don't. Darn. Well, maybe I do. Who knows? But there's a game called Goat Simulator. I may have mentioned that game before. But yeah, Goat Simulator. it's really stupid. It's one of the stupidest games you will ever play, but man, is it entertaining. It's just it's so stupid. The only thing about Goat Simulator is I can only play it for about maybe 30-40 minutes and then I get kind of bored of it. It's the only thing I don't like about it. But it's funny. It's just, I don't know. Hey, what's this? I didn't want to open it. I can get you cheats for Skyrim. We don't need cheats for Skyrim. You can just open up the console. That's all you have to do. Yeah, you can just open the console and do anything you want to do in Skyrim. It runs on the same engine as Fallout 4. So yeah, you can do anything you want. Oh, look at that. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Yeah, the console test rooms. Let's see. I have Hitman, Hitman Code 47. God, I have so many games. Inside My Radio, Hyperdimension, Jet Set Radio. Oh, Life is Strange. That game was interesting. Lost Castle, The Magic Circle, Magic Duels. Oh, that's an old version of Magic. It was just called Magic Duels. That's it. It's like a really old game. Maple Story 2. Oh, here we go. We'll play Maple Story. Life is Strange. I've heard some good stuff about it. I actually got Life is Strange as part of a Humble Bundle. I think I paid like $6 and you got like 14 games, and Life is Strange was part of it. Not only that, but it gave additional episodes too. It has like episode 1, 2, 3, 4 and all that stuff. But yeah, Maple Story. I'm definitely going to play that. Play some Maple Story, man. Metro 2033, I have that. I also have a game called Mountain that I can never get into. Norwood Suite Nova 111, Nuclear Dawn, Orwell, Outdrive. Oh, God. There's a game called Outdrive. Worst game I've played in a long time. Don't get it. It's terrible. It's disgustingly bad. It's bad. Don't get it. Don't ever buy it. It's like $1 on Steam, which is why I was like, it's $1. Dude, I even feel ripped off paying just $1 for it. That's how bad it is. I could never get into Assassin's Creed. Plus, they release those games way too often. Like any game that does like a yearly release, I'm just not. I don't really do those games. I just don't like it. Owlboy, Polybridge. Polybridge was interesting. It gets frustrating at times, though. I put in a few hours in that game. Pressure, Princess Loot Pixel again? That must have been one of those free games I got. I got a lot of games on here I've gotten for free. I did not like Borderlands 2. My nephew liked that game. I bought it for him, but I did not like it. Psychonauts for Night Explorers, Rome Total War, Saints Row 2, Golden Axe, Sepia Tears, Serena, Shadow Warrior, Shadowrun Returns, Sid Meier's Civilization, Silence of the Sleep, which is supposed to be like a horror game, Sins of a Solar Empire, Snake Pass. I actually streamed Snake Pass. That game was frustrating, man. Really frustrating. South Park, The Stick of Truth. Stick Bold, that was another really bad game. Tacoma, There's Poop in My Soup. There really is a game called There's Poop in My Soup. I'm not kidding. It really exists. It was like 89 cents. It was just stupid. It's a stupid game. This War of Mine. That's supposed to be a really good game. Tiny Troopers. Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. I was given alpha access to this game, and I played it a bit, and it was okay. It was kind of fun. Two Worlds Epic Edition. Universe Sandbox. Universe Sandbox 2. Vector Thrust. Viscera Cleanup Detail. I don't know what that is. There's, I still can't believe it. I mean, there's poop in my soup is one of those games. Again, it's another one of those games that it's entertaining for like 10 minutes, and then you turn it off. You just get rid of it. You're like, I'm not doing this. Brawlhalla is an okay game. Pokemon Egglock? I don't know what that is. What happened here? Why is... I don't know if you all can see this, but it looks different for me. Hold on, I think... No, I don't know. I think it was when that other game opened. It changed the settings on this game. Hold on. Yeah, I can just restart it. Not like we're playing it anyway. But yeah, I can't really think of too many other games where people would want to watch, where people get a real kick out of watching.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
I'm just not into Pokemon, dude. People keep mentioning Pokemon. I just do not like Pokemon games. I just don't. People keep, yeah, stream that. Dude, I mean, again, I know I asked y'all for suggestions, but I just do not get, I've never gotten into it. As long as Pokemon's been around, I've just never gotten into that game. Just never did. Never liked it. Made a Skull Servant deck. Bless good. Why do you keep changing your name, man? I can't figure out half of y'all after y'all change your names like 8,000 times. No way, legit. I'm gonna make you speak. Make you say it. Yeah, I just don't like. I've never. I mean, I can appreciate the value of some of the cards because I've been a collector all my life, but yeah, as far as Pokemon, I did never get into it. My nephew was real big into it when he was young.
Duel.
He's like 20 now. But yeah, I just wasn't really into it. Oh, I forgot you're running Skull Servants. I'm like, what am I playing again? I mean, there are effective Skull Servant decks. The new Hitman game is a complete failure. Yeah, there have been a lot of games like that lately. I remember playing that game, legit, on Game Boy. I still have a lot of the Game Boy games of the Yu-Gi-Oh series. I've sold some of them, but I still have a few. Like archetype reviews. I have done ones where I show off my cards. Nobody watches those videos. Nobody watches them. And just, yeah. I mean, I did it like when I was featuring a lot of those cards that most people wouldn't even think of. Like a lot of the old tournament pack cards and stuff like that. Nobody watches those videos. I think of those videos, I think the one that got the most views had like 56 views. That's it. It just, yeah. That people just don't watch them. That's more than yours get. Yeah, nobody watches my videos. It's unfortunate. The handful of videos that do get watched were the excuse me. No, I'm not gonna play Fortnite. You all were there. I think y'all were there when that one time that I streamed Fortnite just to see what would happen. Man, I suck at that game, but yeah, I did it once. It was like, I think I streamed it for like, I don't know, like an hour or so. It was just bad. You don't suck, Fortnite does. I mean, it was one of those games that came along at the right time. You know, for all the people that, because I mean, it's one of those esports games where you know, it doesn't take a massive computer to run it. I mean, you can play it on your mobile device. You can play it on that. That's how goofy it is. I mean, not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know. I guess it's hard to, you know, it's really hard to hate on Fortnite too much without coming across as a bit of an elitist. Fortnite on PC is very not really. Not really. It's not that bad. I mean, because the game in itself, it doesn't have a lot of particle effects, and the textures, while relatively HD, are not really that large. They're just not big. How dare I put down the king? Did you know that card sells for $1? Well, here's the thing, is that, to be completely fair, PUBG was one of the first real kind of battle royale games out there. And technically, Fortnite did what they were doing, only Fortnite did it a lot better. Because PUBG has its merits, but man, was that game buggy. It was buggy as hell. Like, the first 6 months it was out, it was just bad. I mean, the gameplay was okay, but it was so buggy. And so Fortnite took that idea, they made their version of Battle Royale, but like I said, they did it much better. Theirs wasn't nearly as buggy, it looked better, it looked cleaner, the textures were better, it was just all around a better... They just outdid PUBG. That's part of the big reason why it took off so well. Well, legit, you also have to remember that sometimes the view distance is based on the engine too. Because like like there's GTA 5. It runs on the Rage engine. And it's a little bit of an older engine, but it still works pretty good. But even with the the best system. Like, you could be running i7 with a 1080 GTX just like yours, and you're still going to get some kind of, it's still not going to look quite right. Even on a game like GTA 5 that is very well put together. It's just, sometimes the engines don't do very well. Or, how about this? Here's an even better example, legit. Fallout 76. Fallout 76. Again, you could be running exactly what you're running now, and that game is going to look terrible. The game is just, it doesn't always have to do with your hardware. Sometimes it can just be the game is not put together properly. It's not optimized. The engine is really old. They're pushing it to do things it wasn't really ever meant to do. Fallout 76 is a perfect example of that. That's why that game, even at max settings, it looks bad. It looks very dated. It looks like a game that probably should have come out in like 2011. But yeah, as far as Fortnite goes, again, it could just be that, like I said, the engine itself maybe it's just pushing the limits of the engine. Or maybe the textures, were purposely scaled down, kind of like World of Warcraft. Like, if you look at a game like World of Warcraft that's been around, yeah, they've gotten a lot of engine updates and a lot of texture updates, and it actually looks pretty good now. It looks real. Back in like 2004, 2005, it looked, it was dated for that time. But now it looks really good. But even on, somewhat mediocre machines, it still runs fairly well. Or even on a high-end machine, it looks very similar. Even if you max out, all the details and everything. Just the way the game is. Let's see. Yeah, the only game I play that's more demanding than Fortnite is Warframe. That game can be trippy at times. If you want a game that's really gonna rock your hardware, and people make jokes about it, but it's 100% true, is oh god, what is the name of that game? Crysis. Crysis is one of those games that was made specifically to push what your hardware can do. Even on the latest and greatest hardware now, with max settings on Crysis, you're still going to get stutters. And it's not the fault of the game, it's just that it's that demanding. It's insane. People make the joke, but can it run Crysis? It's kind of become a meme, but it's 100% true. The game is just that demanding. Let's see. Dan says, well, look at the games like God of War, Red Dead Redemption, Assassin's Creed Odyssey compared to Fallout 76. My god, Ubisoft dropped the ball. Whoa. Ubisoft? Ubisoft made Assassin's Creed, I know that, but 76 is all Bethesda. 76 is all Bethesda. Yeah, Crysis is just, and that's the thing. They knew making it. They knew making Crysis that it was going to push the boundaries. And that's exactly what it was meant to do, and did. That's what you meant? Yeah, you were meaning Bethesda. That's what I figured. Ubisoft has actually done okay, but Bethesda straight up lied to us this time around, man. They're all, yeah, the engine is revamped and great and beautiful, and the world's going to look amazing now. Any games that aren't Outlet that you're looking forward to? I was actually kind of looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2, but I can't play it. It's not on PC. And the sad thing is, it's probably going to be at least another good 6 months before we get it on PC. Maybe longer. Because they did the same thing with GTA 5. Remember when GTA 5 came out? It came out in 2013, and we didn't get the PC version until, 15? Right close to the end of 2014, 2015, something like that. It took a long time to port it over. The new Doom engine looks amazing. The engine that they use on the new Dooms is very nice. What about Anthem? I've not heard of Anthem. Dude, don't even get me started on Diablo Immortal. That was just... they're kind of surprised about how much hate they got for that, but, completely deserved. Completely deserved it. I mean, just when you go to BlizzCon and you know that the crowd at BlizzCon is a very heavy PC based. You've known that for years. That's your core audience. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a mobile game. I'll say that. I mean, if you want to have a mobile Diablo game, fine. But what made it really bad is the fact is that they hyped it up so much, and it was the last presentation they had of the entire show. You know, if you're doing a mobile game, that's usually something you do like in the middle of the show. You know, it's not like your big send-off, but that's what Diablo Immortal was trying to be. They were trying to push it like that. Like it was this big, great, amazing thing, and it was just... no. It's so horrible. It's just... oh, man. But the thing is that a lot of people are saying that it's not necessarily Blizzard that's doing this. It's Activision. And I'm sure you all are familiar with Activision. They've been around a long time. Whereas Blizzard has been kind of the golden goose of the gaming world the last, 20 years or so. Activision saw that, and now they're trying to make them very corporate. Can you go check out the trailer for Anthem and tell me what you think? What is Anthem? What kind of game is it? I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it. I can Google it. Oh, why is this minimized? No. Okay. Anthem game. Okay, here we go. Anthem is an upcoming online multiplayer. Okay, I'm turning this off. Nope. Not even looking at it. You're like, but dude, you didn't even... I'm telling you, man. There is an underappreciation for single-player games. There really is. I mean, you guys know it. I loved Fallout 4. I loved it. And it's not an online game. It's not a multiplayer game. It's none of that. It's just a straight-up single-player game. And I have to tell you, playing that game was probably the most fun I've had in the last 4 or 5 years of gaming. That includes Duel Links, that includes World of Warcraft, that includes Far Cry 4, Far Cry 5, all the games that I've played. I had the most fun with Fallout 4, specifically because it was a single-player game. I mean, there comes a point... I know 10 years ago, when multiplayer online games really came out and started hitting it big, it was the big thing. But and I can appreciate it. I mean, look at me. I play World of Warcraft. So yeah, I can appreciate a game where, you play with other people and that sort of stuff. Or even like Rocket League. Rocket League is versus other people, But there comes a time, and especially for me, where I just want to chill out and just kind of slowly work my way through a game instead of constantly being pushed left and right by other people who are on my server or in my party, Like that's, again, going back to Fallout 76. That's one of the big complaints that a lot of people have had. People are like, yeah, if you give me an audio recording that kind of explores the lore of the game, that's fine. But if you're in a party with 3 or 4 other people and you want to sit there and listen to a 2 or 3 minute audio recording, they usually don't want to wait around. They want to go off and start doing other things. So then you have to really think about it. Well, do I want to just, stop listening to this? Or do, I want to ask them to wait, which is kind of, it's not good. It's just... I'm telling you, man, making it online was the biggest mistake that they made with Fallout 76. I think if you would have if it would have been stapled on as like, hey, you can do it this way, but it still would have been at its core a single player game, it would have been much better. Yeah, the best selling games, the best reviewed games this year have been single player. Red Dead Redemption, of course, it's going to get online. We know that. We knew a long time ago Red Dead Redemption was going to be online, but again, at its core, it's a single player game, and it's great. And yeah, it has bugs. Some of the bugs are hilarious, but I mean, it's just that good a game. Even without, so this is the key to it. If a game can carry itself without having to resort to things like online, it is a great game. If you are able to make a game and then just kind of staple online on top of it as saying, by the way, if you want to keep playing and get something a little more or different out of it, we also have online. That's fine. Like, if they would have taken Fallout 76 and just made it an add-on to Fallout 4, I would have been perfectly fine with that. But they didn't do that. See, God of War. I didn't play God of War, but I heard a lot of really good things about that game. I think Red Dead Redemption is probably going to beat out God of War for Game of the Year. In all the bigger awards, they're going to win. Fallout 76 is going to get the Razzie. Google, let's see, legit says Google Warframe F2P, and no. No. Isn't pay to win. I'll finish reading what he's saying, but I'm already kind of saying no to this. Google Warframe F2P, free to play, isn't pay to win at its core. It's a single player game also, but you have the option to team up with other people, or to team up with war is what he says. But I don't know, man. Just I'm getting burned out mostly on free to play games. Like, here's another game you all probably, I mean, I've mentioned this game a few times, Star Trek Online. It's actually okay. It's kind of fun. It's free to play. But, again, it's got so much monetization in it. And at its core, it is a multiplayer game. Although you can run by yourself if you want to. And I got to tell you, even when trying to avoid contact with other players in that game, it's nearly impossible. It's just impossible because, I mean, there's just so many other players. And there's only one shard. There are not multiple servers, not like World of Warcraft, where you've got literally dozens and dozens of servers. Excuse me. But yeah, Star Trek Online, again, I love Star Trek, but Legit's getting annoyed with me. He's like, dude, Warframe is literally the #1 free-to-play game. Seriously, I'm crap. And he said something else, but he said, I'm crap at pitching things. The community is amazing. The community could be great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, whenever I say that I'm not going to try a game, it usually has almost nothing to do with the community. I'm sure each community has its own merits to it. But again, you know, certain games I actually feel better paying for. Because again, you know, when you get to these free-to-play games, so, like I said, there's a lot of monetization in these things. And they have to do it. I understand they have to do it. Because you got to pay the bills some way. You know, so you can't blame them for doing it. But at the same time, I got to think to myself, would I rather, like with World of Warcraft, I would much rather pay the $15 a month than have it be free to play and have to deal with monetization within the game. There is no monetization in Warframe. Then how do they pay the bills? Seriously, legit. That's a serious question. I'm not trying to be a smart butt or anything. If your game is free to play and you have no monetization in it, how do the bills get paid? Because it has to make money somehow. He says here, you literally get everything in the game for free. It's the only game that does that. Then how do they pay the bills? I'm going to look at this now. Now I'm going to go look. I'm actually going to go and I'm going to Google this. Because like I said, there has to be a way to pay the bills. Let's see. Warframe. Let's see. Released in 2013. Free-to-play cooperative third-person shooter video game developed and published by Digital Extremes. Originally released for Microsoft Windows in March 2013. It was later ported to PlayStation and Xbox One. Let's see. How do they pay the bills? Setting, gameplay, developer, release, reception. Doesn't really say. Well, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. So this may not have everything here. Most played games available on Steam. Those strings attribute the success to frequent updates that are developed by the developer. Well, now I have to go look because, like I said, there has to be a way that they pay the bills. There has to be. Oh, here we go. I'll just go to the main website and see what it says. Play free now. I don't want to play free now. I just want information. Can I just get... Wow. It's going to... Is this thing... Oh, no. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, there we go. I was like, it better not force me to sign up just so I can look at this stuff. Design Warframe poster. No, I don't want to design a Warframe poster. I don't believe anything on Reddit. I just don't. I'm sorry. Now, if the Reddit link has an outside link to a reputable source, that's different. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Dan says, on a fun note, Britain is actually talking about banning microtransactions from video games sold here in the UK. A recent study showed children under the age of 13 showing signs of gambling addiction. That's been happening a lot in a lot of countries. And what I mean by happening a lot is that a lot of kids are having to deal with gambling addictions now. The UK obviously is not the only one, but I'm actually glad they're doing something about it. I think that's why the Netherlands did it too. Netherlands and Belgium, because of gambling. I think any game that has monetization in it, none of that should be based on any sort of game of chance. It just shouldn't. Because that's asking for problems. Now, I think I've said this before, if there's a game out there that says, okay, pay us $5 and you get this set of clothing, or you get this weapon, or, you know, like if you know what you're getting specifically for your dollar, then that's fine. But if you pay $20 and get 10 loot boxes and you have a chance, quote unquote, of getting something, that's gambling. I don't care how they spin it. I don't care how they say it. It's gambling. They're trying to do that here in the States too. But you know how it is. When it comes to stuff like that, and we're talking, you know, billions of dollars at stake, you know the lobbyists are going to go to work. Companies like EA and 2K, they're all lobbying against it. Oh, I'm not interested in the Warframe story. I just want to know what the monetization scheme is. That's all I want to see. Moni, my country's stealing fish from the UK. Oh, I think I found it. Why are you stealing fish from the UK? That's not good. You should not be stealing fish. Don't steal the fish. No, I found it. Just like I bet you haven't. Dude, it's right here. It's called the store. Yeah, you can buy in-game currency. Here it is right here. Platinum. It's in-game currency. That's how they pay the bills. So to say this has zero monetization is completely wrong. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that you have to buy any of this to make the game worth playing. I'm not saying that. I never said that. Like I was saying, Star Trek Online is very similar. You get pretty much, 99% of the game in Star Trek Online. You can play and never pay a penny. And that's fine. That's great. But like I said, there's always monetization in these quote-unquote free-to-play games. I don't care how they do it. Now, some of them are more honest about it, which is good. And if Warframe does that, great. I'm glad. But every single game, every one of them, every free-to-play game has a way to make money. You have to. That's business. You don't stay in business if you just give away the farm. That's what I was saying, legit, is that you don't have to buy it. But a lot of people do. This is how, again, like I was saying, there has to be a way to quote-unquote keep the lights on. And that's how they do it, is they make it available. And that's fine. Like I said, if you go and you decide to buy platinum or whatever to get, I don't know what else they sell. It looks like they've got like rare mods and stuff like that. That's fine. You don't have to buy it. That's fine. But to say it is completely without monetization would be incorrect. Because people do definitely buy this stuff. Or else the game wouldn't be around. Moni and Dan are talking about fish now. They make the most money there, money for donations. That's good. What's even worse is how did we go from talking about Warframe to talking about a fish? It's even worse as the fish we catch in British waters we sell back to the UK for a higher amount. You guys are silly. You darn Netherlanders. What do they call you? Netherlanders or Nether... Like, we call the Brits British. I mean, you all call us Americans. What do they call people from... Oh, wait, Dutch. Y'all are Dutch, right? Dutch. Netherlands, Dutch. There you go. Dutch. Yeah. Speaking of Dutch, you know the best way to piss off a German? Call it Dutchland. I found that out. That's hilarious. So, you're from Germany, huh? How are things over in Dutchland? It's Deutschland. No, it's Dutchland. It's Deutschland. Alter Flogenheiser. Netherlands would be the direct English translation of what we call ourselves. Well, legit, again, getting back to the Warframe question, one way or another, you do pay to play the game. And I know you're probably going to disagree with me on that. But like I was saying, is that, I mean, same thing with Duel Links, you know, because Duel Links is there on the screen. No free-to-play game is ever really free-to-play. It's not. One way or another, you pay. You pay either with money or you pay with time. Every single game is like that. Every single game that is free-to-play, that has monetization, and they all do, is one way or another, whether you pay with... Well, because, I mean, if you really think about it, even cash in itself is money. Because it really is. I mean, well, cash in itself. Time in itself is money. That's what I meant to say. Because if you go to work, and you work, 10 hours in a day, and you get paid $20 an hour, and you spend some of that money to buy platinum, well, there you go. You just traded time for money, which in turn you traded for platinum. This stream has been very educational for me. Played 250 hours, 137 days. Oh, God, that's a lot. I don't even want to know how many days I've played on World of Warcraft. I've been playing that game since 2006, off and on. I've taken time off. But yeah, like when, what was it? Mists of Pandaria came out. I did not even play that expansion. I played for 4 days and I quit. That's how bad that expansion was. At least when it got started. Now it's okay. Yikes, that was triggered. No, triggered is something completely different. 701 subs. Yeah, I got one more today. One more sub. And their name is One Star Aether? I have no idea what that does. You hate when everybody from the UK, when they think everybody from the UK is English. Nope. There are other little countries that are in the UK. Like Ireland. Well, no, they're not even. Are they part of the UK still, or did they get their independence, or how did that go? Actually, Maroon, I was making a lot more than 50 cents a day when I was getting my monetization money. I was making a lot more than that. I was making like, well, on good days, I could make like 15 bucks. And that's back when I had less than 300 subs in Northern Ireland. Well, let's see. Who's part of the UK? England. Falkland Islands for strategic sheep purposes. Is Scotland still part of UK? I apologize. I don't keep up on history from the motherland. Wales. There you go. Yeah, Wales. Lots of lands over in that area, like Ireland, England, Scotland, Falklands, Wales lands. Now I have to bring the map up and look for it. Let's see. United Kingdom. Aren't they like a territory? The Falkland Islands? Aren't they? I could have swore they are part of the UK. Let's see. Falkland Islands. Let's see. Falkland Islands are a remote South Atlantic archipelago. With rugged terrain and cliff-lined coasts, its hundreds of islands and islets are home to sheep farms and abundant bird life. The capital, Stanley, sits on East Falkland, the largest island. The town's Falkland. Okay. It doesn't tell me who actually runs this. Actually... Huh. I don't care if they're just a territory. If you call them, if they're a territory, they are part of you. They are, whether you want to believe it or not. It's kind of like Puerto Rico. Like Puerto Rico for us here in the U.S. They are not a state. They are, we basically own them, but they get to vote in all of our elections, and they are, for all intents and purposes, American citizens. Even though it's a territory. Same thing with Guam. Again, Guam is not a state. But for all intents and purposes, they get to vote. They're American citizens. Just like, well, think of it this way. The people that are there, the natives on the Falkland Islands, are they not, considered citizens of your country? Because if not, that's kind of messed up, man. Because really, if they're there and they pay you all, taxes and all that stuff, they really should get a vote. Let's see. UK is Wales, England, Scotland, Northern Ireland. Places like the Falkland Islands and Gibraltar are part of the British territories, and countries like Australia and Jamaica are part of the Commonwealth. Yeah, but Australia, for all intents and purposes, is its own country. I mean, I'm sure you all get a little advice from the motherland, but... They they've got their own president. They've got their own parliament. Kind of like Canada. Canada is, kind of part of the UK. But again, they've got their own prime minister and their own parliament and all that. Just like in Warframe. In Warframe, they have a monetization monarchy. Queen Victoria is the commander-in-chief to the Australian people. Isn't Queen Victoria dead? Wasn't she the queen like in the late 19th century, early 20th century? Legit's like, I hate you. Queen Elizabeth, you mean? How do you mix up Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria? How do I, an American, know that it's Queen Elizabeth and not Queen Victoria? Come on, Dan. What's wrong with you? Don't care about the royals. Even I knew Victoria was back in the day. They're gonna hang him for this. No, they don't hang people anymore in England. Tea and cake or death. He walks into the Church of England. Cake or death? Cake? I think that's awesome, though. Seriously, if they actually give you, like, if you've committed a crime, you go to prison. Okay, you get two choices. Either you die, or you get to eat some cake. I'll take the cake. Okay, Totally Legit says, no, seriously, though, how the F is there a monarchy of monetization when literally you can get everything if you just spend time playing, like with any game except other games forces you to buy or slow you down. I don't think he got the joke. He didn't get the legit. It was a joke, man. When I said monarchy of monetization, it was a joke. Anyway, Callum's like, Jack Atlas event? He's like, what are you guys talking about? No, don't worry about it, dude. You're good. You're good, dude. I was joking around. Don't worry about it. Oh, but Callum, to answer your question, yeah, the Jack event's kind of eh. We're not crazy about the Jack event, not at all. Okay, you all probably can't see it, but on my end, my game looks weird. I think when Goat Simulator tried to open, it changed my resolution. Let me double check it here.
Yugioh Duel Links.
That's true, Callum. You can't obtain him yet. He is not obtainable. Oh, wow. Why did it go to 720? We should be at 1080. Oop, there we are. That looks much better. Yeah, he just roams around and shows up every now and then. His golem pieces are kind of eh. I'm not crazy about him. Eventually, I think eventually with newer cards he'll get better, but yeah, he's not. It's a very lackluster Jack event. Kind of like when Zane first came out, like the first Zane event, we're all like, yeah, Cyber Dragon! And then it didn't happen, and we were like, oh.
I believe in my cards.
It was pretty trash.
Come on, let's win together.
Let's win together. No. I don't want to win together. But I still think that the Falkland Islands, I mean, aren't like 90% of the sheep in the UK from Falkland Islands? I mean, seriously, it's like the whole place is sheep. There are more sheep in the Falkland Islands than there are people. Isn't that true? I think that's true. Which, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, because for one shepherd and, figured, to have a farm, a sheep farm, you only need like one, maybe two shepherds. And then you need a couple of good dogs. And the rest are sheep. Everybody's just like, are we really talking about sheep? Yes, we're talking about sheep. We're talking about sheep because sheep are woolly. They have wool. And woolly sheep are the best sheep that you can have, man. Did you know that? Did you know that there are like 45 different types of sheep? I never knew that. I did not know. And Legit's like, oh, by the way, Wreck-It Ralph 2 is trash. Well, let me ask you this. In Wreck-It Ralph 2, is there a sheep? And if there is a sheep, are they always hanging out near cliffs? And if so, is the shepherd by the cliff? So that the sheep will push back. No one caught that joke. Not one of you. That's right, man. We need some more sheep in here. Oh, look, he's giving me a special card. Hooray! Jack enjoys sheep. He's got a sheep on his head. Look at this. You missed a lot, Dan. You missed the sheep. Seriously, it's Jack sheep. What's with that hair? I mean, it looks like a helmet. Like, I mean, I get his character. He's supposed to be kind of like a little Kaiba ripoff where, like, season 1, you don't really like him, and then after that, he kind of becomes friends with everybody, and yeah. He's got the sheep hair. Do you think his hair is made of wool? Like a sheep? Jack, is he Welsh? I never knew that. It's a Welsh hair. There we go. Dan is now Jack. I just hate 5Ds. Why do you hate 5Ds? Legit? I've seen episode 1 and that was it. He uses too much mousse. I thought mousse was for volume. Like if you wanted to make your hair really big. And I thought like hairspray was to kind of keep it in place. And then gel was to kind of shape it and do kind of weird stuff with. I mean, you guys know me. I don't have hair. I mean, well, I have hair, but I don't grow it. So I don't need to use any of that stuff. Makes me think. Do sheep use mousse? And even then, why would you use an actual mousse on your head? I thought you would use mousse, as in this. People don't use 5Ds in ranked or KC Cup. Not exactly true. I faced one person who used Trudge. That's it, though. Just one person. The whole concept of race dueling, mainly I hate Zexo because it's straight ripoff of the first series. Well, you can't really... I mean, can you rip yourself off, though? I mean, because it's the same people. It really is. It's the same, you know, people over and over that are making these series, for the most part. So can you say that Zexcel is a ripoff of Duel Monsters? Even though it's literally the same... It's got the same name, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dan used Trudge Police Beatdown skill. Pretty sure he's American. Nah, he's got eyebrows. Oh, reusing old plot lines. Oh, okay. Well, that makes a bit of sense. So it's not necessarily a ripoff as it is more of a rehash. So yeah, I can understand. But I mean, Zexcel in itself. I watched the first episode of Zexcel and I was like, I'm never watching this again. Never gonna watch it. I thought the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was bad. But GX, for its credit, it did get better. But Zexcel, I don't even want to give it a chance. It looks so terrible. It looks so bad. Let's see. Main character has a ghost. And it's lost its... What is with all of these? Have you noticed that in most of the shows? There's always like some ghost or some dual spirit that the characters talk to. Or at least one of the characters. Like in Duel Monsters, obviously it was Yugi. And in GX, it just went insane. Everybody had dual spirits. And then I think it was in 5Ds, they talked to their dragons and stuff, right? I think that's kind of a thing. Maybe that's why Vrains feels a little different, because it doesn't have any of that. It doesn't have dual spirit. Well, at least as far as I've watched. I've only watched until like episode 22. But throughout those 22 episodes, yeah, there have been no super spiritual kind of stuff. It's just tech. It's real heavy tech stuff. I actually kind of like Vrains. I mean, it's got a stupid name. I'll give you that. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains is just, it has a stupid name, and the fact that they say into the Vrains every time they go into the virtual world, that's stupid. But overall, the rest of the rest of the story is actually not bad. I'm actually okay with it. I kind of find myself having to forgive the whole into the Vrains nonsense because the rest of the story is actually not bad. What is this? See, I talk to people who are not there and I get called crazy, but it's fine when main protagonist does it. But you gotta have the crazy hair, Dan. You gotta remember that. You gotta get the hair. We gotta get Dan a wig. We gotta get Dan a Yugi wig so he can wear that to work. And not only does he have to wear it to work, but he has to get pictures of him at work wearing it. Seriously, you gotta do it, man. Gotta do it. Not only that, but you gotta help somebody. Like a customer or I don't know, whoever you have to help there. You gotta go and do it. Can't forget to carry a dual disc. As long as it's not from a sheep. You don't want the hair, the wool hair. Makes you wonder, though, if they were made out of wool, were they colored, or did the sheep just look like that beforehand? Like a black and yellow and red sheep. You see, this is what happens when we go too far down the rabbit hole, guys. We start talking about sheep with wool Yugi hair. We need to do that. Somebody's got to do that. Somebody's got to bust out Photoshop and get a sheep and put Yugi's hair on it. And share that, and I'll put it on the show. On the next show, if you can do that, if you can Photoshop Yugi's hair onto a sheep, I'll show it on the next show. I promise you I will. Seriously, man, do it. I mean, I'm okay in Photoshop. I'm not bad. But I'm fairly certain there are a lot of other people out there that are much better at it than I am. So yeah, somebody go and do that. Actually, hold on. I know what I can do. Let's see. Yugi hair. Funny. Let's see. Okay, I did not get the results I was hoping to get. Okay, I got a few results that I really didn't want. Okay, some of these results I can't share. For certain reasons. Hold on. Yugi hair sheep. Let me just see this. Okay, no, it just shows sheep tokens. Never mind. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's something. Can I show this? I can show this. Yeah, hold on. Let me... what, is that a sheep? I can't tell if it's a sheep. It's not worth sharing. Is it? Is it? Yugi hair on a sheep. Hold on. Yeah, do that. And let me see if I can go back over here. Hold on. Let me see if I can... Okay, I can change this real quick. Let me see. And here we go. There you go. That's as close as I could find. Yugi hair on he's eating cards. You can't see it there. Here, I'll do that. He's eating the cards. But that's as good as it's gonna get, man. Yugi hair on a sheep. I had to cut this out and make it transparent, and that'll be the new. Instead of having Tristan there on the stream starting soon, it'll just have a sheep. Who did this? Let me see. Actually, hold on. If I'm going to use their image, I should at least give them credit. Here, there's the name of the person who did this. Daily Paintings. Get it? Yu-Gi-Oh. And there's the person. They've even got a Patreon. Piper Draws. So that's the person who drew this. Because like I said, I'm going to use their image. I got to at least give them a little credit. But yeah, there you go. That's pretty funny. Julia, what do you think? I think it's funny too. And with that, I think we're gonna end the stream, dude, before we go any further down this rabbit hole. This is getting weird. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And who knows, maybe we'll talk about more sheep. We'll see you.